Hello, hello. Today I'm
Hello.
very happy to have Vanessa here to share her experience during the career coach. And Vanessa she has a very interesting profile, a very interesting career, but I'll let her tell you more about it. So, Vanessa, first of all, thanks for your time. Thanks for being here.
Thank you, Ju. Thank you for inviting me.
Do you mind
so,
introducing yourself? Yeah, let us know a bit more about you, please.
okay, so as you said, my name is Vanessa. I'm from Brazil, but I've moved here 2 years ago. And I'm one of those people who loves learning, loves being in contact with different people. So moving to Spain was like realizing a dream, but it was also really hard. It was also really difficult from a professional point of view because I had to. I mean, it's not start over, but it was really difficult because I'm a lawyer.
Kind of reinvent yourself, right?
Reinvent totally.
Yeah.
And actually, I was doing that for a while when I came here because I'm a lawyer and I worked for the same company for 8 years. And one day I decided that I wanted to change my life, so I said goodbye to people there and I left without knowing what I was gonna do. So after I left, people started calling me, asking me for jobs, asking me to help them with a contract, with an M&A, or with, I don't know, things. And I started helping people. And when I realized what I was doing, I said, oh my God, I have my own law firm. So
amazing.
Okay, let's do it. let's formalize it. So I rented a space, a co-working, and then I hired a marketing person to do my cards. And
that was all in Brazil. Still in Brazil.
All in Brazil.
Before you moved.
Yes, all in Brazil. And I was really happy. I was super happy. But I always had this dream of living abroad, and I was putting it aside for a while because I said, "Oh, this is nice. I can do that some other time."
Yeah.
And I had this plan with my husband. For my side, I was going to try for a scholarship in a international university, and he was trying to be transferred in his company.
Mm-hmm.
So whichever could
happen first,
achieve these goals first, yes, we would go. But I wasn't expecting him to tell me on the day that my cards have arrived that he was accepted.
Wow.
for a place here in Barcelona.
So it was time to move. As a family, you both moved to Barcelona. And then your career went upside down again. It was like
totally, because I said, well, what am I gonna do now? Okay, I will return this place I'm renting. It was a co-working, so it was really easy. But I will keep working from distance. So before COVID and before anyone talked about Zoom or Google Meet or anything like this, I was already working like this in 2019, working for my Brazilian clients. So I started, and I was working like that for most of the time until the euro skyrocketed, and it made no sense anymore for me to work for Brazil.
So it was time
that's
to
when I decided to
yourself again.
Totally.
Right.
Again, yes, once again.
It's very because the change that happened, like you couldn't plan them in advance, right? When you quit the job from the company working for 8 months, you didn't have a clear plan about what to do next. And then people start asking for your help and you're like, well, I can have my own business. So you start your own lawyer office, and then there was the moving to Spain, and then you were in Spain, but still providing services remotely to your clients in Brazil. So many things happened when you made the first decision, but you didn't have clarity about the whole vision, right? It was like step by step in the process.
Yes, just having the courage to do what I thought was right at that moment, and then believing that the rest would come.
Yeah, despite of not knowing what was coming, you made the first step, and then you were taking decisions.
Yes, totally.
Yeah, that's very interesting, very interesting. And then talking about the career coach, I know that a lot of people, they have prejudice. They don't really understand what is career coach. They probably have some misconception about it. So if you had to explain that in your own words, in easy words, how is the career coaching process? How would you do that? Like, how would you explain that?
Well, I agree with you that there is a lot of prejudice about coaching in general. I know a lot of people who says crazy things about it.
Yeah.
And I believe that's because, as it happens in every profession, there are a lot of people who are not prepared to do that, and they start selling scent as if it was gold. So
Yeah.
it happens, and since it's not a regulated profession as a lawyer or engineering,
It's more difficult to control, right?
yes,
Yeah.
it's more difficult to control, and people started inventing coaching for everything, and it got kind of
Lost.
too, yes. But I believe that, of course, that's not your case. And that I know a lot of excellent professionals. This was actually the third time I was doing a career coach in my life.
Nice.
And for me, all of them, they were really amazing for different reasons. Each one of them had a different objective. But I also believe that coaching is not for everybody. I mean, the person must be open, to know its dark side. Because it's not easy.
It's not easy, yes.
It's not a piece of cake, not at all. So
Yeah.
it hurts, of course it does, but in the end you feel good about yourself. So you must be really willing to do it. Otherwise you will drop in the middle and you start telling these things about that. You start blaming the professional and not yourself because you are not willing to do it. So
Yeah, the hurting part, like when you grow, it hurts. When you change, it hurts. When you leave your comfort zone, it hurts. So I agree. You really need to be decided to go through the process. And yeah, you are an example. Like this is the third time you do a career coach in different moments of your life. So I also see that when we face challenge, and probably that's what motivated you to ask for help, right, in different moments of your life. And challenge in the career can be looking for a new job, getting a promotion, starting your own business, getting new clients, or changing areas. So there are so many things that happen during our work life, during our careers. And pretty much I see two options when we face career coach. So one option is that we do it alone, and sometimes that's fine. We can handle the situation alone and we overcome that. But the second option is asking for help, because not all the times we are able to, for whatever reason, go over the situation, like find a nice solution. Or sometimes we don't want to do it alone. We want to ask for help. So both options are available. You do it alone, you face your career change alone, or you ask for help. So in your experience, what do you think that is the main difference when you face a career change alone, on your own, and when you have someone helping you in the process? Which are the main differences?
well, for me, in my case, at this moment, the first reason why I hired you was the thing regarding the curriculum and the LinkedIn. I really wanted someone else outside my mind, someone else to rewrite it. And the consulting was a plus that I thought that could be useful, because I realized that I had actually never looked for a job in my life before. Last time I did, I think it was in, 2005,
Wow.
2006.
Interesting.
It was like a long time ago. And I was junior. I was a child almost. So it's totally different.
Yes.
And there are techniques to do that. And I didn't know any of those, especially in a different country. It's totally different looking for a job in Brazil, a place where you've lived your whole life, you know thousands of people, and looking for a job in a place where you are nothing. I mean, you don't know.
Survived. Yeah.
Yes. So I said, I think that's gonna be nice. So I was completely lost. I tried to do that before on my own. I actually bought a book about it. Yes.
So you're trying. You're doing everything you could. That's nice also.
I tried, but some things just didn't make sense. I read the book, but sometimes I read things and I said, whoa, okay, but it's obvious. Of course I'm doing that. But I was doing it completely wrong. I had no idea that I wasn't doing what this guy was trying to tell me, because I had never done that before. It's like following a recipe, when you are there reading a book, it's not the same as if someone was there telling you and helping you and guiding you through that. So it was completely different because you came to me and you told, sometimes you took my hand when I needed, and other times you were pushing me to go to my limits. And it was really nice because you gave me very practical examples. I mean, do this and use these words and say this and do that. These are practical, practicalities that you don't get from a book.
Yeah.
There was so many information available online, especially because we are in this era of super information.
Yeah,
People
information
super
is
connected.
everywhere, but it's not about
Everywhere.
information only, because otherwise you would read 3 books and do a search on internet and watch some YouTube videos and that was it. But I wish it was that easy. But also what
It's
I noticed
not.
that, the information out there is a bit messy because you don't put the pieces on the right order. Right? So you follow one career coach, the person is going to say A, you follow another one, the person is going to say B, and then you follow part of here, part of that, and then it won't work. It's like a Frankenstein. It's kind of messy.
Exactly.
It's
And
too
it
much
makes people-
information. Yeah.
It's even worse because I felt I was completely lost.
I remember
When
you mentioned that. It's like I've been trying so many things that I'm lost already. I remember that. Yeah.
Yes, and one person told me, "Oh, try writing your curriculum using Canva." I said, "Oh, okay, I will do that." But no robot could read that curriculum, so
Yeah.
I got no answers. So of course, I was doing it wrong, but I couldn't know it because one person said, "No, do it like this," and the other said, "No, do it like that," and I was, "Oh my God, what should I do, please?"
Yeah.
Someone help me. So it was really good to hear it from the beginning to the end of the process. I mean, like a process,
Like
not
process. Yeah.
piece by piece. It was really good.
Nice.
Really
nice.
good.
And what I like about your career is that you were always searching for solutions. So you're never like seated and waiting just for a miracle to happen. You were reading books, you were talking to people, you're trying to do your curriculum. So you're trying the process. So I think it was really a fair decision. Like, okay, I have come up to this point. I have tried everything that I could. Now to move forward and to move faster, I wanna, ask for help, but it was not the initial step of the process. You have walked a long path and you have tried a lot of things. So that's why it was so rich and we could move so fast because you have done the basics already, right? You're not a beginner in this, looking for change in your career, contacting clients and all of that. It was a matter of refining the process and go one step further. But it was nice that you already did a lot of things because it's about taking ownership. Right? I cannot do everything for you. So it's your career. And as a career coach, of course, I can help and I can be part of the process, but it's your career at the beginning, during the process, and after. It's still your career, your responsibility at the end.
Yes, totally. It's like, and there is something else that I think it was really important. When a person moves, I don't know, I know a lot of people who moved, to another country. And when you arrive, when you are not working, when you are following your husband or your wife or someone else, you feel lost. The world just, I don't know, turns upside down. And sometimes things that you thought that were right for you, they are not anymore. So
everything is so different, right? You don't have networking, you don't know people, you don't understand the market, you don't know how to start. Yeah. It can be very challenging. I know that.
Super challenging, and having someone to help you, it's really good because sometimes you can see the obvious, things that are right in front of you. You just can't. You can't because you are obliviated by all of these other things that are coming.
Yeah.
All the changes in your life, and you just can't see it. So you need someone to tell you the obvious.
Yeah, it can be overwhelming, especially at the beginning. How do I start? How do I do my first job search? How do I connect with people? How do I get in your case, into the lawyer society and talk to people in my area and all of that? It can be challenging. Yeah.
Yeah, totally. So
and what about the ways? Because from the overwhelming initial situation, I just moved to a new country. I don't know how to start my job search. I don't know what to do. I was still providing services to Brazil, but now it doesn't make sense to me anymore. So from that to the moment that you are today, which are the main learnings you had in the process? Maybe 2 or 3 that you could share with us, things that you learned in the process.
A lot has changed, a lot. So I think there was ups and downs. When I was in Brazil starting my own business, I was super happy, excited, wow, super, And then when I came here and started looking for a job and started facing all the difficulties, and when I came to you, I was like sad, I was disappointed, I was scared.
That was a low moment.
I was, yes, down little. And those are the words that defined me, 3 months ago. And after all of our sessions, I realized that I'm more capable than I thought that I was at that moment, I mean, my final objective, as you know, when we draw our career timeline, my career timeline was to start my own business here, to start my own law firm and help Brazilian people who are living here in their lives, start their own business, and of course, from the legal perspective. And I thought by that time that I wasn't ready for it, that I didn't have the skills or the knowledge or anything. Because, of course, it was a process of going down. So I was
You're not in your best shape at that moment.
No, definitely not. I was at the lowest point. So I couldn't trust myself, and I didn't know. I think that was also affecting the career search, because when you don't believe yourself, how can you sell yourself to someone else? So
your mindset was negative. I can't make it. I'm not ready. I won't be able to do it. So it definitely affects your job search. Yeah.
So yes, and after I remember very well when you sent me the first draft of my curriculum, and I read it and I said, "Whoa, who is that person?" I said,
I would hire that person. I like that. Oh, that's
yes, I like her. It just seems nice. I said, "Oh my God!" And I had to read like 3 or 4 times to realize that was me. And I said, "Yes, that's me. There is no lie in here. That's just who I am and what I've done."
That's so powerful, right? It affects also the self-esteem. I have heard that from many people. Like, my new curriculum, my new resume made me feel more confident about my skills, about my career, about the way I present myself to the world. And it's just a piece of paper, but it makes such a big impact in the whole process. Yes. Like, it's a nice beginning.
Yes, and it was the first start. I remember it was like the first sparkle, that I said, "Oh, nice." So it's starting to get better. And then I remember that after the first week, first 15 days, I don't remember our first sessions, when I started sending and applying to the jobs, and I started receiving like answers. They were negative answers, but they were answers.
At least they were answers.
At least they were answers, because so far I haven't received any answer since I started using the Canva curriculum. By the way, don't do that. People who are watching this, don't do that.
A basic one will work better, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Use Word. Keep it simple.
Word or PDF at the latest, but keep it simple.
Yeah. And it was
complicated, right? The simple things, they work. You don't need to.
They worked. And I remember that when I started receiving, of course, there is a moment when you start receiving no, and of course, your confidence
goes down again.
It goes down a little bit again. But I remember that in that same moment, some girls called me to talk about the legal profession. Right? Yes, here. And it made me feel good again, because I said, "Whoa!" They were Brazilian girls who were also living here, and they didn't have the bar, the Spanish bar, to work legally here. So they were providing services related to the legal profession, and they were making money out of it. And then I said, "Oh God,
I can also do that, right?
I can also do that. I can do things like that. I can do more than that, because I have this Spanish bar, so I could do that." And then that's when we talked. I remember that we had like a 30-minute session, and we were connected for like 2 hours. You gave me a lot of ideas on how I could start my own business now. I didn't
remember
have to
that.
wait
Yeah.
anything. I didn't have to be hired by a law firm to learn anything. I already knew the things that I needed to start.
And sometimes one small thing, we can maximize that and we can learn a lot from that situation. So that call that you received from those two girls, we could do a 2-hour session about it, and it was so rich and it gave you so many ideas. So that's, yeah, I love this
Yes.
process, because whatever happened, we can take the situation and make the most of it, right? It was
It
not
was amazing.
yeah, it was not
Yes.
planned. You didn't know the girls before, but once that situation happened during the process, okay, let's maximize that. Let's see what we can learn from that and how can you take the best out of the situation. Yeah.
Yes, it was amazing. I'm super grateful to these girls. They don't know how
How
amazing,
important, yeah, how important,
how
it was
important
for
they
us.
were. I mean, because if it wasn't for her, maybe we wouldn't have had that conversation,
Yeah.
and I wouldn't be and I wouldn't have this confidence that I have now to start doing things, to start working on my own. And I have already started actually, and it's been really good.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't feel like I need a job anymore. If it happens, okay,
Yeah.
I will see if it makes sense. But if it doesn't, that's okay. I don't work.
Yeah, that's so amazing, because initially, when we started working, you were like, I want to land a job in Spain as a lawyer. And at the end of the process, your goal also changes. It's like, okay, maybe I don't need to land a job. I can go directly to having my own business, which was initially my goal, but I thought it was very far away. So the goal can also change during the process, because you change. Because the way you see the reality change, because the opportunities change, because you are more open for a change. So it's amazing, because it's not we go from point A to point B, but you start in point A, and then there is like all the letters in the alphabet that could be options, but you didn't know that before. So it's so rich. So many things happen in the process.
Yes, it was amazing. Really, really good. I'm really happy.
Nice, nice. So to finish, my last question to you is, I know there are a lot of people who will be watching this video that are probably very afraid of the career situation at the moment, because of coronavirus, because of the pandemic, because of all the changes in the market. So do you think, that's more like a personal question, Vanessa, but do you think there is a perfect moment to invest in your career, to consider other opportunities, or there is no perfect moment? I don't know, how do you see that? Because a lot of people are like, oh, maybe this is not the right time in the middle of the pandemic to even think about a career change. So shortly, which is your feedback about it?
Well, I would say that I think that there is no right moment. Or there isn't a best moment to think about a career change, or how to make improvements to your career. Every day is the best day. I mean, if you want, you should go and do it. I was thinking, and I know that a lot of people, a lot of friends of mine, they have babies, they have children, and they always say that if they have thought before getting pregnant, they wouldn't have done it, but they really wanted to be mothers, so they just did it without thinking a lot.
Yeah.
And I think here it applies the same logic. If you really want it, you don't have to think a lot. Just go and do it.
Yeah.
Because the rest will come.
Yeah.
One way or another.
Nice. Very good. Very good. Thank you very much, Vanessa, for your time. Thanks for sharing your process. And yeah, I'm really happy to have been part of the process and see very closely all your improvements that you did. So yeah, thank you very much for sharing that here.
Thank you. Thank you for everything. For sessions, for all the availability and everything. It was really, really good.
Yes.
I'm really grateful.
Nice. Nice. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.